Videos of animals. Videos of animals that behave unusually and genuinely love humans. Today, we've prepared several stories for you, but keep in mind that watching them might cause cuteness overload. The videos might cause uncontrollable smiling, the urge to make weird sounds, and immediately share it with all of your friends and relatives. There's no need to resist it though, just enjoy. Let's get it on. A fishing dog. You probably know that dogs generally love swimming. They can do it anywhere, be it an ocean, a river, or a very dirty puddle, especially if it's a dirty puddle. But this dog isn't just a big fan of swimming. He also loves fishing. No kidding. This pet, whose name we couldn't actually find out, jumps into a lake with great pleasure, just to return to his owner with a fish in a couple of minutes. And then again and again, and again, and again. He has a born fisher who doesn't leave fish any chance, and he doesn't even eat it either. He does this simply because he enjoys it. More than that, he actually begs his owner for another walk to catch more fish. All the owner has to do is pick it up and be thankful for the good catch. A lazy horse. Imagine this. It's morning, the beginning of a new week, and the alarm goes off. You have to get out of your soft, warm bed to get to your work or to study, and then get on with your other daily duties. But you just don't want to. You really don't want to do that. You just want to pull a blanket over your head and pretend to be sick or something. This Chinese horse has similar feelings. As soon as someone mounts it, "What do you mean? Let's ride." "Oh, I don't feel so good." The cunning animal just falls down, pretending to faint or even playing dead. To make it look more convincing, the horse rolls its eyes, throws its hooves up, and sometimes even hangs its tongue out, and maintains this position until the rider leaves. As soon as the human gets far enough from the horse, all the symptoms of the horrible disease vanish. But the moment he comes back with a certain intent, the horse feels dizzy again and faints. And here she goes again, rolling around on the ground, faking Caesar rays from time to time. Seems like the other horses don't really get what the show is all about. Yeah, they just don't appreciate a good performance. Beluga whale in love. Zoom and we. Beluga whales are smart and pretty funny sea creatures. Despite being predators, they're quite friendly to humans. They can be trained, and rumor has it that even saved a drowning diver once. But Tina is quite a unique creature. This beluga whale lives in a zoo, and it was hard for her to get used to it at first. Then one of the employees began to take care of her, and all of a sudden, Tina fell in love, or at least got very attached to this guy. She even gets jealous of the female employees and spits water at them when they come too close. Tina also loves rubs, and she sometimes kisses her human by poking his face with her own. We admit it might all seem pretty weird, but the beluga whale is probably just a bit lonely. So far she lives in a separate pool, as two males of her kind have been overly persistent with their courting. Tina isn't very pleased with that, and that's why for now, she only interacts with them from a distance, and of course, she regularly sees her beloved human. Anyone who had to deal with geese knows that these birds can be very independent and pretty aggressive, but they can also be loyal companions, and even guards to a human. Don't believe us? Well, look at these 4 geese following their elderly owner everywhere. When she's walking, they are following her, and when she stops, the geese freeze as well, and should she run, the birds would race after her. We should say that it looks very cute and very, very funny. The geese owner said that after she had a stroke, she couldn't speak for about 3 months, but these 4 birds helped her to not feel so alone. By the way, the geese don't only follow the woman everywhere, they also protect her by chasing away annoying bystanders or even dogs, and they really ensure good security. Few would want to deal with one angered goose, let alone 4. Sometimes, the bodyguard birds guard the house, and the local authorities have even put up a special warning sign next to the place they live. It's probably to just prevent the visitors from being attacked by the formidable 4. If they don't like the way someone's looking at their owner, a dog in special forces. What should you do if you're a dog and you dream of being in the military, but you aren't a character from the animated film Zootopia? Well, it seems that you should join the good old human military, maybe even special forces. Meet Collie. He knows what discipline means. He even knows how to salute with his front paw. It's not perfect yet, but he's doing his best. But Collie isn't actually a military dog. He didn't undergo military training with a dog handler or learn special commands. He just appeared as an Rock Special Forces base out of nowhere one day. At first, people tried to send him to a shelter, but Collie just escaped. And Al returned to the base, even though it was 10 kilometers away. The soldiers realized that this dog must really want to serve in the special forces, and he has since begun to take part in all of the drills. They insist that the dog doesn't simply run around, but advances and retreats with the soldiers. Collie also protects the territory and treats the civilians with caution if they appear nearby. In those cases, Collie behaves like a true guard dog, growls, bares his teeth, and does all that he can not to let the civilians into the base. However, as soon as you put on a military uniform, Collie will be friendly to you and gladly let you scratch his ears. What could be cuter than a lovely cat? Only a lovely wild cat. A Bengal cat, Nabby, fell into a trap. When she was still a kitten, she was saved by Mr. Cho, and the two have since become inseparable. Nabby follows her savior everywhere, both outside and at home, even though she's supposed to live in the wilderness. Cho is very concerned about it, because despite her charm and playfulness, Nabby is a wild animal and a predator. So she's not supposed to live with a human to awaken her hunting instincts. The man trains his pet by offering her to catch fish, for instance, and Nabby nails it. Not on the first try, of course, but she soon proves that she can be a good hunter. Mr. Cho hopes that in the future, the cat will be able to catch any prey she wants, including frogs and snakes, and also dreams of her visiting him when she becomes a grown and independent wild predator. After all, these two are truly attached to each other. A gluttonous cat. People with blended families don't surprise us anymore, but what about a cat? This purring cutie has a very unusual life. Every day, at 7 o'clock, she comes up to the door of one of the apartments and meows, asking to be let inside. Meow. Meow. There, she has a hearty breakfast, and then she goes to sleep. But at 8 o'clock, she's already at the door again. She waits for it to be opened, and then leaves in an unknown direction, only to come back in the evening. Could this animal possibly have a regular job, or something similar? Not exactly. She has other people who feed her strictly on time. She leaves a cozy flat and rushes to see a caring woman who gives her a second breakfast, then visits one restaurant for lunch and another for a snack, where she enjoys the best sorts of tuna. At 7 in the evening, she comes back to the flat, where she has dinner and goes to sleep, because the next day is about to be just as eventful. There's so much food to be eaten. Although the people have quickly realized that it's impossible to get a belly this big after eating all this food. Yes. The cat turned out to be pregnant and soon gave birth to lovely kittens in the very same apartment she came to sleep in. Maybe the food there was really good. Whatever the reason might be, it seems like the gluttonous cat and her kittens are finally gonna have a real home. These two dolphins spent 20 years in captivity from 1997 to 2017. They performed in a sea park, and people loved them. Still, they decided to set them free, next to the South Korean Jeju City, where they were once caught. Not to put the dolphins through much stress, they were released in a small enclosed area. After 20 years of captivity, they needed time to get used to the sea again. But despite a long time away from home, the dolphins quickly learned to hunt by themselves, which meant that it was time to say goodbye. The people have thrown a feast for their favorite animals so that they wouldn't get hungry, while exploring the sea for the first time. And finally, the net is lowered. The dolphins are free. They must have been waiting for this moment for years, so that people felt sad. But But a couple of minutes, one of the dolphins suddenly came back. Not because he was afraid of the sea. He simply wanted to look into the eyes of his rescuers one last time. This was his way to say thank you, before swimming away towards a new life, as a free animal. A real friend. Dogs are born hunters and guards. Even a tiny dog can protect a man, just as good as a goose. The passerby and the police saw a man, lying in the middle of the street. You've got to...
Big love for watching all the way. If you laughed, nodded, or even blinked, hit subscribe, share this with a friend, and comment your wildest thought. Let's make the comment section a party.